So good morning, everyone, and my respected teachers, as most of them have taught me over here. My respected senior colleagues and my batchmates. Few of them are there in this room. It's a great opportunity for me to present this case over here in front of all the stalwarts of cardiology. So without much delay, I'll present my case. This was I have given the heading as it was a frightening experience in the Cath Lab, which was created and tackled in a normal coronary artery. To start with, this was a 69-year-old female, diabetic and hypertensive. If there was a history of CA breast. So we got a call from the onco department, and when we went, it was an effort angina, CCA SNIA function class 3. ECG, there was not much dynamic changes. It was a non-specific STT changes noted in V4 to V6. We advised for echo. There was no regional wall motion abnormality. LV ejection fraction was 60%, and there was a grade 1 diastolic dysfunction. And we thought we took a call that we'll take this patient for a diagnostic angiogram. For diagnostic, we use the right radial 5 French sheath and a 5-tick catheter. Just I'll tell something about it. One of my DNB resident, and he told Dada, I will take the puncture. So I told her, no, since she's a female patient and she might go into spasm, so let me take the puncture. I'll allow you to do the angiogram. So the puncture was taken, and he took the tick catheter. He was unable to hook the left system, so I told him, you do it in the do the right first. Usually I adopt the 30 LAO angulation. LAO, I always prefer to engage the catheter in LAO because it always coaxially engages with the ostia, coronary ostia. So, but he was doing in AP view. Okay, I just I wanted that. Okay, if he's comfortable with that, he can go. So this was the angio. This was the angio. He took the shot, and this was the angio, and I was like, when I could I could make some apprehension that something is going very wrong. So I immediately told him to get aside and took the catheter, took the TIG. When I took the shot, this was it. Almost, if you see the previous slide, this one, this was a normal right coronary artery, and there was some staining of the dye in the osteoproximal end. The subsequent angio, when I did, complete occlusion of the RCA from the ostial end, complete occlusion. I was jittery, perplexed, tensed. I told why I gave him. All kinds of thoughts were coming. Patient started deteriorating. I couldn't forgive myself. But yes, I hold on to my nerves. I told, no, we have to do something to rescue this patient. We cannot, a normal coronary angiogram or a normal RCA cannot lead to the death of a patient. The patient had severe chest pain radiating to the back, hypotension, systolic blood pressure went to 50. Bradycardia, there was ST elevation on the surface ECG. Now what to do next? So if you see the type of coronary dissection, and this was type F. There was a dissection with total occlusion of the coronary lumen, and no distal antegrade flow was there. So we took the patient in for rescue PTCA to RCA, and my situation was like this. I was literally like this, not feeling good, but still we have to keep our courage and go and do this case and rescue the patient. So hardwares, we changed the sheath, radial sheath, say 5 French to 6 French. We took a right femoral venous access for a backup of TPI. And I also took the right femoral artery puncture so that I can later on see the left system. But the main aim was to wire the RCA and restore the flow. So we used a 6 French JR guiding catheter. ostial RCA flap was attempted first with Sion blue. That is the dictum when you are entering, when the choice of wire in a dissection flap is always a non-hydrophilic wire, because you don't know what is the extension of the dissection. So it is better to go with a non-hydrophilic wire first. So we first tried with run-through floppy and Sion blue. We made several attempts, almost 20 minutes. The best part was that she was holding her heart rate. She was not, the heart rate picked up to 63, 64, but the blood pressure was constantly low. We gave NORAD support. We called our cardiac anesthesia backup team. Even we were ready to intubate the patient. Then this is what we are attempting. We are trying to negotiate. We took a Sion blue. We are trying to negotiate the flap, come across it, but continuous. But every time we were trying, the Sion wire was going into the coronary, into the coronal branch. So we tried all our best to just negotiate and cross over the proximal flap and get into the true lumen, but that was not possible. And later on, I'll just forward it a bit. Let it go. So you can see we are going into, you'll just see we will be going into the coronal branch. Okay, I'll have to forward this. Okay. So run through, we use the run through wire. Next attempt was to, we took run through floppy wire. We tried to negotiate across the flap, was same result. We could enter into the coronal branch. But what you can see over here, once we are putting the wire into the coronal branch, and we took a scout, a very low force scout we took, just to see what is the extension of the dissection. That's why we were quite apprehensive in taking these wire in the first go. Oh, we saw that when the wire is going to the coronal branch, a certain segment of the proximal part of the flap was being crossed, and that was helping in the dye to flow across it. So this was quite evident. There was a lot of evidence was there that there was no distal extension of this flap. So next we thought that let us give a try with a Fielder FC with a good tip load. So we tried with Fielder FC. So our main aim is to again try and negotiate across the flap. Same thing was happening. We entered into the coronal branch, and we were not able to enter into the true lumen, and somehow we came down, flapped in and we tried to enter the true lumen. So this is how we did. You can see it's coming up, coming down, and we try to negotiate it across the flap. Yeah. So what we did, we went across the right marginal or RV branch. So we knew that we are in the true lumen. When it was going into the side branch, we knew that we are in the true lumen. We came back with the wire, and then we entered into the, after 30 minutes of this 30 minutes was, it was a complete nightmare for us. So we went into the RCA, and after that, it was a big relief for us. Then we decided the patient was hemodynamic stable. So we decided, let us go with the left-sided angiogram. So we took through the right femoral artery. We kept the left system